Many businesses let their websites sit untouched for months, waiting for the perfect time to launch a massive redesign. During that wait, the brand stagnates, the pressure builds, and eventually the whole system cracks under the pressure of a chaotic, expensive overhaul. This diagram shows two different approaches to managing a brand. On the left, a timeline stalled by a single massive bottleneck. On the right, the alternative, a timeline of tiny, evenly spaced updates. The most resilient businesses use the approach on the right. They don't wait for major redesigns. They evolve quietly through small, continuous improvements every single week. Over the next 5 minutes, we are going to build a weekly improvement system. We will identify 4 highly specific small fixes for your website, and we will execute the very first one together right now. To start, you need exactly 2 things in front of you. First, get administrative access to your website CMS. Second, open a blank spreadsheet or a new digital project board. When you shift your process from large, episodic overhauls to a steady routine of micro-habits, maintaining your site stops being a source of stress. You gain ongoing control over how customers perceive your brand. Let's set up your workspace. Put your CMS admin page in one window and snap your blank spreadsheet to the other half of your screen. In that spreadsheet, create 3 simple column headers. Label the first one Date, the second the microfix, and the third Status. This document is your new queue. Its purpose is to act as a dedicated dumping ground for any minor flaw you notice during the week. By writing them down immediately, you free up the mental energy it takes to memorize them. There is a strict rule for what qualifies to go on this list. A microtask must take less than 15 minutes to complete. If it takes longer, it's a project, and it does not belong here. By formalizing this queue, you neutralize scope creep. You create a physical boundary that separates quick, manageable observations from complex project planning. Now, look away from the back end of your site. Open your live, public-facing website and scan through it exactly as a new customer would. We are looking for 4 specific details to add to your queue. First, find one product image that needs attention. Look for a photo that could benefit from slightly better lighting, tighter cropping, or a higher resolution. Second, navigate to your cart. Pinpoint a single conky step or an unnecessary friction point within the checkout process. Third, click over to your About page or your FAQ section. Find one specific sentence that reads awkwardly or could confuse a visitor. Fourth, check your inbox for an automated welcome email or a recent order notification. Identify one message that feels slightly outdated or disjointed from the rest of your current branding. Warning tone. As you log these, be careful to keep them scoped. Rewrite top headline is an acceptable microtask. Redesign the homepage is an oversized project that will clog the system. Breaking the massive customer journey down into these isolated, granular flaws makes optimization a simple, highly actionable weekly routine rather than an overwhelming project. Let's act on this list immediately. Switch back over to your CMS backend. Look at the 4 tasks you just queued up and pick the single easiest one to fix. Spend exactly 5 minutes executing that single change. Swap out that low-resolution image or delete that confusing paragraph and hit Publish. Immediately open a fresh incognito browser window. Go to the page you just updated to view the live result exactly as your customers see it. This process carries almost 0 risk. Because the update you made is so isolated, it is easy to test. If you made a mistake, you can reverse the change in 30 seconds. Pushing that small update live bridges the gap between theoretical planning and tangible results. You have just permanently improved the actual experience for the very next customer who visits. Take a step back and look at your site as a whole. Today's single change might look minor in isolation, but your brand is already operating at a higher baseline. This graph illustrates compounding gains. When you make subtle, weekly refinements, they accumulate, making your brand feel smoother and highly trustworthy. Consistency compounds stronger than intensity. While competitors wait months for a stressful redesign, your continuous evolution builds a structural moat they cannot cross. To secure this advantage, open your personal calendar right now. Create a recurring 15-minute weekly appointment and name it Weekly Brand Polish. True brand resilience does not come from dramatic announcements or stressful overdue overhauls. It comes from the relentless, quiet execution of continuous